This is really the test of how mature we are, is can we accept we've got weaknesses, and can we receive the feedback that we need? You know, trust is so easily broken, and if we're insecure, it's really hard to hear, you know, negative feedback and criticisms. But I found a lot of freedom in just settling, you know what? I've got weaknesses. I do not see the whole picture. I don't always get it right. And I need that kind of feedback because, again, and my husband and my pastor, both in those different fields, have helped me to realize I need to hear that. Because we don't realize how we come across. Again, our intentions, we're thinking the best thing, but sometimes we just don't realize maybe how something was communicated or what an action resulted in, and we need that feedback. And whether we like it or not, and I'm sure that we've all been criticized in here at one point or another, probably the reason why criticism hurts so much is because there's a little bit of truth in it. If there was no truth in a criticism that we received, it wouldn't matter because it's like it's absolutely false. But if it does bother us, it's probably because there's some truth in it. And so, again, I just determined, even if it's just 5%, I'm going to take that 5%. Thank you, Lord, for showing me that. I'll spit out the rest. But let's not get offended and say, well, they said it wrong, or that was a bad time. Because I guarantee you, if you don't hear it the first time, it will come around again. You know, the Lord loves you enough, and you know, he sees your heart that he'll just give another opportunity. So I've learned, okay, I don't want to go around this mountain again. I will receive that. Thank you for that feedback. You know, it just gives a lot of freedom. Again, because you're not trying to prove anything. You simply recognize you need other people in your life. You know, for me, my weaknesses, I tend to isolate myself. That's a weakness in myself because I'm an introvert, and especially praying, and I'm always constantly, which actually gets me in the second weakness, because of my prophetic intercession and the way I'm wired, I'm always kind of on two planes at once. I've got multiple conversations going on because I'm always interpreting things in the spirit, what's happening, and it's very hard for me to be in the moment. I'm always somewhere else. And so I need people in my life that can, Wanda, come on, let's go do something, you know, let's go have some fun, because I'm not wired that way, all right? So it's okay to have those strengths and weaknesses and realize that's how much we need each other in our lives. And the other thing about this is accountability. And let me tell you what true biblical accountability is. Accountability is not a leader coming to you and saying, you know, you really need to work on this. I need to hold you accountable for this. Real accountability is when you yourself are so hungry to grow in the Lord, and the Lord has shown you something, that you go to someone else and ask, will you hold me accountable for this? Would you call me, you know, every week and ask me how I'm doing in this? Be very specific. I want you to hold me accountable. That's how accountability is supposed to work. You are the one that invites it. No one else can do that but you, because it's not going to bear fruit if you're not even open to it. But if the Lord has shown you something specific that you know you need to grow and you need to work on, then say, I want you to hold me accountable. You can put a time limit on it if you want to. You know, however you want to communicate, but be very specific too, because I can tell you people have even told that to me. You know, I want you to hold me accountable. Well, when? How? You know, because we need the specifics. Otherwise, it won't happen. It's very powerful, because I can tell you when you do that, oh, God is just so happy with that. He will just pour it on. I tell you, you will work through whatever that difficulty is. You will work through it faster. You know, we try to do these things on our own, and the enemy keeps us locked into fear and guilt and condemnation, and then we just end up in these cycles. So break free of that and just invite someone else in the process, and you'll both be blessed.